Test. I'm good over here. Welcome to Gerke Field in Stevens Point. Have we got an exciting high school football game for Week 5? I'm Chris Conley, just a few minutes away from kickoff between DC Everest and SPASH. Pre-game coverage is brought to you by Auto Select, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. Complete auto repair services. Locations on Church Street and Highway 10 East. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select, and you're good to go. Well, here's the situation, and sure, we're only at the midway point of the season, but both SPASH and DC Everest have played 2 in-conference games, and they've won them both. There are 3 teams overall with 2-0 records going into play tonight. One of them is going to get a first loss this evening, either Stevens Point or DC Everest. The other is Wausau West. They're taking on Marshfield. That's a game on Zaleski Sports. So the team that loses here will be chasing this loss for the rest of the season. SPASH plays Wausau West, another tough matchup next week. The Evergreens don't see West until Week 9 of the season. The Evergreens also have a key injury that we'll share with you for the first time. Caden Bankston, who was injured in the second half and did not return in last week's win over Marshfield, has torn his ACL. His season is done. So senior Caden Bankston will not return for the Evergreens. A lot of the rushing work will now fall to his brother, junior Blake Bankston, and Reese Stoll, who we saw a lot in the second half against Marshfield. It's going to be one of the more prominent running backs for the Evergreens. Evergreens did it through the air last week, got themselves into a game-winning drive after a short kick, and won it on a 17-14 late field goal from 20 yards out from Gabe Golbach. SPASH last week won their conference game, won their rivalry game against Wisconsin Rapids. That was a close game at halftime. SPASH put up 20 in the third quarter and pulled away for the victory there. Evergreens will wear their road whites with black pants and green numerals. SPASH is in the all-black with white numbers. By the way, we've found out the Evergreens have not worn their home greens at all this year. Those jerseys have not arrived yet. Tell me that supply chain has not been the magic word over the last couple of years. SPASH will soon be coming out onto the field. They will run through the blow-up Panther and then come out to the center of the field. Just something that's in the minds, I believe, of a lot of the Everest coaches and maybe the Everest fans, broadcasters too. Everest has had no luck whatsoever over the years coming down to Stevens Point. This has been a house of horrors for them. Remember their last trip here? It was raining through the first half. Everest was able to build up a first-half lead because SPASH couldn't get their pass game going in just horrible weather conditions. At halftime, the rain stopped. SPASH played much better and pulled out a second-half win. Again, the Evergreens just simply have not had a lot of success. The Evergreens won this meeting between these teams a year ago, but Grant Chandana, the starting quarterback for SPASH, was only a sophomore, certainly not a finished product then. Chandana is playing much better as a junior, and he's a prototypical quarterback. 6'3", stands tall in the pocket. In the 2 conference games, 5 touchdown passes, no interceptions. Evergreen starting quarterback Logan George is only 6 foot. He's a junior. So, the 2 starting quarterbacks today will be meeting each other again next year. A lot of suspense surrounding this game today. Let's see how it plays out. SPASH is going to receive the ball first, and they're going to be coming onto the field in just a moment. Here come the home team, SPASH Panthers. Both of these schools, Everest and SPASH, are regular Zaleski Sports streaming service providers. So we welcome in all of our SPASH fans. My name's Chris Conley. I'm usually the voice of the DC Everest Evergreens, but we know we've got fans from both sides, and we're glad to have you today. Going to go down to the field level in just a moment for our national anthem. Our pregame coverage brought to you by Auto Select, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. Complete auto services. Locations Church Street and Highway 10 East in Stevens Point. No matter what your automotive needs, look to Auto Select, and you're good to go. Cloudy and 70 as we get ready for kickoff. First, our national anthem. Our student vocalist will be here in the press box, will be picked up by our Zaleski Sports microphones. Wind is dead calm. Weather is not going to be a factor tonight. In fact, it's a really comfortable night for high school football. Great job with our national anthem tonight. Very well done. The Evergreens come in with a 4-0 record. SPASH is 3-1. Both teams have won their first two games in Valley Football Association play. Our kickoff when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
Find auto repairs, brakes, tires, and oil changes all in one place at Auto Select in Weston. At Auto Select, you can expect dependable automotive repair from the experts you can trust and will exceed your expectations. You'll find reward programs to save you time and money, and many of the top tire brands on the market with a variety of options to fit your vehicle and budget. For your next auto repair or maintenance, bring your vehicle to Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston.
SPASH Panthers come out to the center of the field. Will be underway in just a moment. I think that our Marshfield West game on our other Zaleski channel, that has some intrigue, so if you're multitasking and flipping back and forth, we feel you. This is the game that will have more impact on the conference standings as we go through the rest of the season. When we come to halftime, we'll be halfway through the high school football season. Time goes faster, doesn't it? Point Heating and Cooling is your Lennox dealer in Stevens Point and Plover. More than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Point Heating and Cooling. Or visit pointheatingonline.com. One word, pointheating.com. Gabe Golbach's going to kick off for the Evergreens. Johnny Andiatis and Kyle Madlina are back to return for SPASH. Gabe Golbach, the hero last week, a game-winning field goal on the last play of the game. Leg swings, we're underway. Let's light this candle. Taken at the 10-yard line. Andianis gets some blocking up the middle and gets out to the 35-yard line. Pretty good field position for starting quarterback Grant Chandana. Stevens Point Jr. A key for the Evergreens in tonight's game. The Evergreens, again, 4-0, so they're unblemished. But they've turned the ball over a lot. In fact, they turned the ball over 3 times in their win over Marshfield. We're able to overcome their own mistakes. Don't think you could do that tonight against Stevens Point. SPASH, with the 3-1 record, has played a tougher schedule. The loss on their dance card is to Mukwonago. 2 receivers down low, 1 up high for Chandana, 1st and 10. First offensive play from scrimmage. Play action. Going to throw to one-on-one coverage, too long. The receiver had a step down on the far sideline. Armand Konopacki leading receiver for Stevens Point. He's a senior. The Evergreens opt for extra pass rushers, and a lot of the Everest defensive backs are left in one-on-one coverage. Not a lot of help in the Everest pass coverage scheme. Sun is setting behind the trees over the visitors' bleachers. A bright pink as we get underway. Chandana designed rollout. Sidesteps a tackle. He's got first down yardage. Chandana forward for 11 to move the sticks. Chandana is SPASH's number 2 rusher statistically, behind Braylon Smola. Smola's a load, 180 pounds. SPASH does not huddle up between plays. They call it at the line of scrimmage. Handoff, Smola's first carry. Wow, SPASH winning at the line of scrimmage. Another gain of 11. Back-to-back 11-yard gains into Everest territory to the 43-yard line. And the Evergreens for much of the season have done well at the line of scrimmage. Defense has been a strength of this team. SPASH holds the early advantage on this opening drive. Chandana's looking forward to the sideline there. Now looks upfield, long count from the pistol. Straight drop, Evergreens send pressure, throws to one-on-one coverage again. It's knocked away at the last minute. Again, there's that one-on-one coverage, and the Everest defender did not flinch. Yeah, that was good coverage. Josh Dane, senior, knocked that away from Charlie Belson. I think SPASH likes a lot of these one-on-one matchups. Stevens Point may be throwing a lot tonight. 2nd and 10. Back to the ground game. Wow, cut back, and there's a hole up the middle, and this goes to the house. Too big a hole up the middle. Braylon Smola on a 43-yard touchdown run. Stevens Point will play from in front tonight. Boy, a huge hole, and Smola planted that back foot and cut back right through it. There he went. Sawyer Zwugi to try the extra point. Snaps a little bit high, down, and good. SPASH takes the early lead, 7-0. Evergreens get the ball when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
Heartland Custom Homes is a local custom home builder for over 50 years right here in Plover. We are committed to making the process of constructing your dream home as engaging, efficient, and stress-free as possible. Our panelized construction is ideal for our central Wisconsin climate, and our expertise and workmanship give you the confidence to know that your home is in good hands. Stop in or schedule a meeting to talk about your vision and watch as your design takes shape before your eyes. You deserve the home of your dreams. Let Heartland Custom Homes bring yours to life.
Welcome back to Gerke Field. Stevens Point got good field position at the 36-yard line. Marched 66 yards down the field. Picked up 2 first downs along the way. For the Everest defense, got to get tighter. Everest defense was pushed around on that first drive of the game. Ag Country Farm Credit Services is a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. Loans and leases, crop insurance, tax and records, they have you covered. Ag Country, Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford. See if Everest has an answer. Again, SPASH offensive line won the line of scrimmage in a way that we have not seen in an Everest game so far this year. Onside kick, and SPASH has recovered it. Evergreens played that soft, and the closest Everest player around it was Caedmon Anderson. Just typical of the way things happen to Everest when they play here at Gerke Field. Over the years, a true house of horrors. So Everest has yet to possess the football, and SPASH takes over 41 yards away. So SPASH has won on offense and has won on a special teams play. Grant Chandana back to work. Handoff, and again there's room, and again there's a cutback. A block downfield, 12 yards forward for Braylon Smola again. Smola's at 60 yards rushing already. Ball down to the 30-yard line. Again, SPASH owned the second half last. Smola here. Evergreens finally make a good defensive play. Smola, no gain. Vinny Tesh wrapped him up. Tesh was the Evergreens' leading tackler last week against Marshfield. Yeah, SPASH owned the third and fourth quarters last week against Wisconsin Rapids. And looks like they're picking up right where they've left off. Second and 10. Single receivers to either side. Smola's the running back next to Chandana. Quarterback keeps it himself, just 2 or 3 yards, then bent back. Thor Fowler came forward, giving him a yard. That's it. 3rd and 9. Here comes the biggest play so far for the Everest defense. SPASH would probably go on 4th down. The Evergreens need a couple of more defensive plays to see if the onside kick hurts them or not. SPASH sends 1, 2, 3 receivers, trips to the far wide side of the field. Man in motion, now turns back. Chandana, misdirection, and forward to make it a manageable 4th down. SPASH's going to go for it here. They move the ball down to the 22-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 2. Smola carries again. No question about this. Stevens Point will keep the offense on the field. As there's a moment of pause, everyone on the SPASH offense, again, they don't huddle up, but they're all looking to the sidelines for the play to be signaled in. Going on 4th and 2. Need to move the ball between the 21 and the 20-yard line. Chandana keeps it himself, got a hole, got a 1st down and more. Down to the 15. To gain of 6, and the chains move. Got to be under 8 minutes to play in the quarter before SPASH snaps it again, and the Evergreens have not seen the football yet. Get customized uniforms, team shirts, school apparel, and more from Maida Custom in Stevens Point. Sport-specific gear, screen printing, plaques, trophies, custom gift items, all at Maida Custom. In the red zone with a 7-0 lead. Chandana keeps it himself to the 12-yard line. Gain of 4 on 1st down. Boy, the Evergreens do themselves no favors. Can't get the defense off the field, can't recover an onside kick, in danger of being down by 2 touchdowns before they even see the pigskin. 2 receivers up high. Smola's the running back next to Chandana. Snap is low. Chandana picks it up off the turf. Throws to one-on-one coverage, not on the same page. Maybe Chandana's arm was hit as he was releasing that. Looking to Amon Konopaki. 3rd down comes up again. Play is being shuttled in by receiver Charlie Belson. Already targeted Belson once. He does not have a catch yet. SPASH looks a little confused as to what's being signaled in here. Kind of late lining up. trips up high. Now Stevens Point's going to take a timeout. Yeah, there was confusion there, and on a third down play, why not take one? 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. We'll take a break too. SPASH on the march again on Zaleski Sports.
Let your job journey begin at Express Employment Professionals. Find hundreds of employers looking for a candidate like you, all in one place at one time. And let Express Employment help connect you with your future career. With locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford, you'll find local jobs right in your community, including direct hire and evaluation to hire opportunities. Express Employment specializes in light industrial, skilled trades, professional, and office careers. Begin your job journey today with Express Employment Professionals at expresspros.com.
Welcome back to Gerke Field. SPASH takes a timeout early in the game here. Kind of playing with house money. Already up 7-0. From the near hash, 2 receivers are on the narrow side of the field near to us. On 3rd and 7. Man in motion, misdirection handoff, broken tackle to the pylon. SPASH goes up by 2 scores. Braylon Smola is in the end zone again on a 15-yard touchdown run. Just not the start that the Evergreens wanted. Everything goes right for one team, everything goes wrong so far for the other. Out to try the extra point, Soiler Zuki. Kick is good. 14-0 Panthers. We think the Evergreens will possess the ball when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
When you have a house full of kids, your water consumption is through the roof. But when the kids move out, the water usage goes down. But how long are they really gone for? With high-efficiency systems made by WaterCare, Maher Water Corporation can roll with any size-changing families. So call us today so we can help you with those water use issues. The laundry is still up to you.
Welcome back to Gerke Field. Stevens Point scores on their first 2 possessions. A 43-yard Braylon Smola home run, touchdown, beg your pardon. A 15-yard touchdown run after recovering an onside kick. And on that most recent 15-yard score, the Evergreens had contact at the line of scrimmage. Just unable to get the running back down. Mason Dillingham, who executed the onside kick perfectly, handles the kick here. See if it's indeed going deep. It is. Evergreens from the 10-yard line. Here comes Dylan Neuendank. Neuendank didn't get to the 20. Spotted at the 19. Everest offense comes out for the first time tonight. I see that with the injury to Caden Bankston, that Reese Stoll will be one of the starting running backs for the Evergreens. So 81 yards of real estate in front of Everest for their first offensive play of the night with 6:47 to play in the first quarter. Three receivers, 2 to the near side. That's Blake Bankston and Xavier Edwards on the near side of the field. Snap comes from the near hash. Bankston on the jet sweep. Got some blocking out there, gets the corner. Bankston's got 15 yards out to the 35-yard line. Forward for 16. And the Evergreens on their first play from scrimmage move the chains. Yeah, what Everest can't have happen here, you can't have a 3-and-out or a short possession and put your defense back out there again. Be in danger of going down 3 scores. And as we say often in the Zaleski Sports high school football broadcast, 3-score comebacks don't happen often in high school sports. Twins to either side from the pistol. Designed rollout. George looks downfield. He's chased, picks up a block from Stoll. Quarterback will keep it and has, I think, a yard or two before he's thrown down to the turf like a rag doll. It's a yard for the quarterback. 2nd and 9. Culligan Water says get Culligan Water for $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water online at CulliganH2O.com. CulliganH2O.com. For all of that, the ball moved from the 36 to the 37-yard line. Cohen Priebe in tight one-on-one coverage on the near side if the Evergreens want it. 4-receiver package, slant, complete. Cole O'Brien. O'Brien lunges forward, and based on the spot, he's going to have a first down. O'Brien gains 10, and the chains will move. So, barring the hole that the Evergreens have to dig out, this is a promising first drive of the game. 14 is Xavier Edwards, sir. See, it's all teamwork up here in the press box at Gerke Field. Pearson McDonald's the receiver up high for the Evergreens. Priebe's the receiver down low. 2 backs behind quarterback Logan George from the pistol. On the ground, Blake Bankston tries to get the seam, breaks a tackle, has the edge, and across the midfield marker and down to the 35-yard line. 18 yards for Blake Bankston. This game gets interesting again if the Evergreens come away with a touchdown. Again, Everest huddles up between plays, whereas SPASH does not when they have the football. So it seems a little like the offenses move at different speeds. 2 receivers up high. Bankston's in the slot there. Pearson McDonald's the receiver low. Bankston across the formation. Fake the jet sweep. Stole. Contact at the line of scrimmage. No gain on first down. Spotting him for a short loss. Loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. So the Evergreens not productive on first down. In between plays, quarterback Logan George goes over to the sideline. He'll bring the play into the huddle himself. Evergreens need to get down to the 24-yard line. Designed rollout. Some backside pressure. Throw complete. McDonald. First down Evergreens. He's inside the red zone. Pearson McDonald with his first reception. He caught 7 against Marshfield. Down to the 14-yard line. Heartland Custom Homes is Central Wisconsin's premier home builder. For 50 years, Heartland Custom Homes in Plover has kept their mission of building better living for you and your family. So when they were first out on the field, this SPASH defense is a little bit on their heels right now too. Offenses holding sway in the first quarter. Going to be around 3 minutes left in quarter number 1 when the Evergreens snap it here. Bankston across the formation, jet sweep. He's got a blocker there. He gets the edge, Bankston to the pylon. Touchdown, Evergreens. DC Everest has just answered. A 14-yard touchdown run from Blake Bankston. That's twice we've seen the jet sweep, and it went for good yardage both times. Gabe Golbach out to try the extra point. Out of the hold of quarterback Logan George. Kick to the uprights. Good. Our new score is 14-7. So the Evergreens are heard from. SPASH gets the ball when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi,
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love Home Furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
There's a big crowd here at Gerke Field. Evergreens are well represented in the visitors' bleachers across the way. The Everest attendees look a little spread out because it's just such a big visitors section. And right below our Zaleski Sports cameras and microphones, SPASH has a big crowd here too. This is Senior Teacher Appreciation Night. So at halftime, seniors escort their favorite teachers out onto the field. Goalbach to kick off in what's now a one-score game. High, a lot of air under this. Run back from the 5-yard line. SPASH with blocking. And there's a penalty, that flag that's going to come in. This is coming back on a hold. Kyle Madlina's return of 32 yards is going to be wiped out by a holding penalty. The white hat is repositioning the flag near the 30-yard line, so SPASH is going to start around the 20 when we assess the penalty here. The official is mic'd up here. We appreciate that. He tells us that the penalty is on Braylon Nystrom. Ball spotted at the 19-yard line. It's the longest field so far of the evening for the SPASH offense. But SPASH has just pushed this Everest defense around so far in the game. I'm not sure distance matters right now. Snap is low. Chandonov fakes the handoff, and this is diving forward for only a yard. Braylon Smola. Brennan Peterson, Jr. on the stop for the Evergreens. 2nd and 9. There is no field that we visit that has more stuff painted on it than the field at Gerke Field. Used by Stevens Point Pacelli and Stevens Point for high school football, and the home of the Pointers for UW Stevens Point. All teams' logos are represented. Chandonav's going to keep it himself. Punishing hit. Gained 6 or 7 yards. 3rd and short. Out to the 28-yard line. Chandonov looked like he was jacked up pretty good there by Dylan Neuendank. Now under 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Boy, if the Everest defense can come up with a play here, SPASH would punt in this part of the field. Quarterback keeps it again. Patient, 1st down. Got across the 30-yard line. Again, Chandonov absorbs a big hit, but he's a big kid. Pushed back by Josh Deans. He gains 3, and the chains move. On their second touchdown drive, SPASH converted on 2 4th downs. Over the years, the SPASH tendencies have been to go a lot on 4th down, but again, down in distance determines that. 2 receivers to the near side of the field. 1st and 10. Chandonov will pass. Designed rollout. Got some pressure right in his face and overthrew his receiver. Thor Fowler, the Everest defensive back, was closest to it. Chandonov, I don't think it was a rushed throw, and he didn't get a good look at his receiver either. That's because the Evergreens sent pressure. Boy, I mean, the Everest offense looked so good on their first possession. They didn't get the ball till they were trailing 14-0. That you'd love for the defense to get a stop and get the offense back out there. On 2nd and 10. Singles to either side. Play action, the ball's on the turf for a moment, and Chandonov's going to have a loss here. Dropped the ball, bounced right back to him, picked it up, but it busts the play for a loss of 6. Ball back to the 26-yard line. Maybe just 1 or 2 plays left in this first quarter. Boy, this is the first time all night that SPASH has been behind the chains, and the Everest defense, just get the feeling, has to get off the field in this. Can't let your opponent convert on what is 3rd and 17. 2 receivers up high, 1 down low. Here's the 3rd and long play. Chandana late handoff, and this goes nowhere. The Evergreens get off the field. That's going to be the final play of the first quarter. SPASH will be in punt formation when we come back. Everest down by 7 will get the ball. It's 14-7 Stevens Point. SPASH is sending the punter out, Charlie Belson, but I don't think he's going to get this kickoff. Nope, whistle sounds. First quarter is complete. We'll be back with quarter number 2 on Zaleski Sports after these messages.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Shuda Funeral Home in Stevens Point and Plover is your local, family-owned and operated funeral home providing families with compassionate, individualized, and affordable services when you need it most. The loss of a loved one is a difficult fact of life that Shuda Funeral Home will ensure you won't have to face alone. Shuda Funeral Home will guide you through the process from in-person visitations to creating obituaries and tributes. Pre-planning can also be a great way to ease these topics for your family. Learn more at shudafuneral.com or bring your questions and stop in.
Second quarter begins with SPASH in punt formation. That punt goes out of bounds just across the 50-yard line. I'm Chris Conley. It's the first time all night that one of these defenses has gotten a stop. Evergreens are going to start. Let's see where they're going to mark this ball. They're going to say out of bounds, short of the 50. Everest will start with a short field at the 46-yard line. Chance to tie this game up, get right back into things. Everest got off to the lousiest start if you're just joining us. SPASH scored on their opening touchdown drive. Then SPASH tried an onside kick. They recovered and put together a 41-yard drive to get in the end zone again. 14-0 before the Evergreens even had the ball. 2 receivers low, 1 up high for the Evergreens on first down. Play action to the second man through, breaking a tackle, Bangston. Bangston a little too much east to west instead of north to south. 2 yards to the 39-yard line. Come to Par 4 Bistro in Wapaka. A wonderful dining experience with a full menu of delicious options, perfect for date night, family night out, or your next get-together. Par 4 Bistro, Highway 54 in Wapaka. SPASH fans, Everest fans, we think this is the best game of Week 5. I'm Chris Conley. Glad you're with us. Which begs the question, why aren't you here? Beautiful night for football. How many more nights like these are we going to have till the weather gets a little cold? Stoll, they fake the play action to him. To one-on-one coverage, receivers open. Ooh, needed a better throw. Evergreens got exactly what they wanted. Faking the jet sweep, got the one-on-one coverage. The receiver was kind of lost in coverage there and needed a better throw to Blake Bangston. 3rd and 8. Evergreens need to move the ball down to the 36-yard line. Early second quarter, 14-7. Stoll is the running back next to quarterback George. Trips up high. Blitz is coming. Slung over the middle. Caught. A big 3rd down conversion. First down to Big Mac, Pearson McDonald. And he runs inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Boy, hanging in there against the blitz. Logan George held that ball to the last moment and threw a strike. Makes up for the last throw, which wasn't all that good. 3rd and 8 converted, and the Evergreens keep the drive going. Again, 3 receivers up high. McDonald, Bangston, and McDonald. Throw to the receiver underneath. This is Big Mac again, dancing inside the 10, cuts forward. He's down just short of the 5-yard line. Wait for the spot here. That's going to be a first down reception. 14 yards down to the 6. Evergreen's bidding to tie this up. Boy, the lesson so far, you don't get down after a lousy start when there's huge amounts of football left. The Evergreens didn't pack things up or sulk around when they were down 14-0. On the verge now of tying this thing up. See if the Evergreens can finish this drive. It's 1st and goal with the ball just inside the 7. Xavier Edwards is the receiver up high. McDonald, who's been hot on this drive, is down low. Got a whistle. I think the Evergreens are taking a timeout. Yep, timeout Everest. So with this 1st and goal from the 7, we'll take a break too. It's 14-7 SPASH on Zaleski Sports.
Save during the summer tire event at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Up to $150 back on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires. Buy online or mail-in rebate when you use the Goodyear credit card through June 30th at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
I see those point sodas and I want one. 9.5 to play until halftime. I'm Chris Conley. Entertaining game so far. SPASH jumped out to a 14-0 lead. And the Evergreens are looking to answer. 1st and goal. Back-to-back catches by Pearson McDonald. Move the Evergreens into this spot on the field. Edwards up high. Quarterback's under center here. Second man through. Bangston. Nothing between the tackles. No gain. Cheese Pleasers in Bancroft is a local hidden gem filled with all the finest cheeses, snack sticks, cheese curds, and cheese trays. For Wisconsin's finest cheese, stop at Cheese Pleasers. They're off I-39 in Bancroft. Spotted that run for a loss. The ball was at the 7. It's now back to the 8. Evergreens still play with this heavy package. Quarterback's under center. Pitch, Bangston spins right into the arms of one of the SPASH defenders. That didn't go anywhere either. That went back for a yard. I think that's Isaac Bergener made the stop. Yeah, that went back for another yard. Back-to-back runs, -1 and -1. Do the Evergreens try a different approach? Yeah, quarterback Logan George. This is going to be a pass on 3rd down. Bangston's in the slot. Xavier Edwards to the near side. Pearson McDonald way up high. Straight drop, pressure coming. Throwing to the end zone. A lot of contact there. Knocked away, incomplete. No flag. Looking for Pearson McDonald. The Evergreens are sending on the field goal unit. So the SPASH lead is still going to be good regardless of what happens here. Goldbach will try this field goal from straight on. It's a 25-yard attempt. Here's the snap. It's good. To the uprights. Line drive. Split 'em. 14-7. The Evergreens inch a little bit closer. Stevens Point gets the ball. We're midway through the second quarter on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Well, do you look at the glass as half full or half empty? The Evergreens got down to the 7-yard line and were turned away, settled for a field goal. On the positive side, on the half-full side, the Evergreens did come away with points, 14-10, and the Everest defense, last time on the field, got the only stop so far in this game. Goldbach's kick is deep, going to go into the end zone. Stevens Point will start at the 20-yard line. Yeah, that's the high school rule. You start at the 20, not at the 25 like in the pros. Rocky Rococo says for your next catering, birthday party, family night out, or just lunch on the move, make it a delicious, cheesy, Chicago-style deep dish slice from the one, the only Rocky Rococo's in Stevens Point. SPASH got behind the chains on their last possession when quarterback Chandana didn't handle a snap from the pistol. It was the big play that gave the Evergreens defense the leverage that they needed. 2 receivers down low for SPASH. Chandana from the pistol. Pass out to the one-on-one coverage there. Good defense for the Everest. Blake Postler wraps that up. It's complete, but only for a couple of yards to Erman Kanapaki. 2nd and 7. And the Everest defense looked lousy the first 2 possessions of the game. Played better on the 3rd. Looking for more of that here on their 4th time out on the field. Quick pass. Got a blocker. That may have come off the turf. No, they're saying that's complete and forward for a first down. Kyle Madlina out to the 35-yard line. Boy, just in real time, no replay, I wasn't sure if that was a catch. Zebras are closer than I am. They got that right. Out to the 35-yard line. Madlina, again, is the second receiver in a 2-man stack to the near side. Pass to the wide side off the hands of Madlina. 2nd and 10. Spot the ball on the near hash. Clock stops with 7:02 to play until halftime. Evergreen's defense is slow getting lined up. Boy, Chandana should have looked for a faster snap to take advantage. Fakes the handoff, out to the far side, dropped again. Armin Kanapaki should have handled that. He was surveying the blocker in front of him, was ready to turn upfield. 3rd and 10. Another opportunity for the Everest defense to get off the field, and Everest is making some defensive substitutions. Evergreens are getting lined up. 2 receivers to the far, wide side of the field. Everest tendencies are to send pressure. Do they blitz in this spot? Probably. A whistle stops play. SPASH is taking a timeout. SPASH wasn't sure that they were set up for the extra pressure up front. Didn't want their quarterback to get blown up there. Why don't we keep it here for the time being? SPASH is spending their 2nd timeout of the half. Spent one earlier in the first quarter to try and get the right 3rd down play in. If you were to see Mr. Conley walking around town with his big black Great Dane Argos cuts a pretty intimidating look. Argos loves the deal at Fleet Farm. Find deals on everything for your 4-legged friends at Fleet Farm. Check out a huge selection of treats, toys, and food for your dog or cat. Top brands, Purina, Science Diet, Tidy Cat, and more. Get everything you need in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm. Argos is actually a gentle giant. But he would give you a moment of pause the first time you saw him, right? Timeout's over. 3rd and 10. Motion up front. This is against SPASH. False start. Stevens Point will go 5 yards back. So 3rd and 10 becomes 3rd and 15 back at the 30-yard line. Only the second flag so far in the game. SPASH was called for an illegal block on one of the kickoffs. And now that false start. Got to get out to the 45-yard line. Trips to the far wide side of the field. Chandonaz looking over to the sideline like maybe a different play is being called here. His running back adjusts on 3rd down design rollout. Chandonaz going to keep it himself, and SPASH is essentially surrendering here. Chandonaz forward for 7 yards. There's also a penalty marker down. This is going to be a hold against Stevens Point. I think the Evergreens are going to decline this, and SPASH will be in punt formation. The white hat is looking over towards the Everest sideline, saying, "You're going to decline this?" Yes. Coach Tim Strelo says, yes. Ref on the mic now. Holding offense declined. This is going to be the 3rd time that the Everest offense will have possessed the ball, and they've scored on both of their possessions, touchdown and a field goal. Here's the kick. Good kick. High, end over end. Caught, bobbled for a moment, and Nieuwendank is quickly wrapped up. I think they'll give him forward progress to the 30 or the 31-yard line. Evergreens will start there. So again, Everest, if you're just joining us, trailed 14-0. They've scored 10 unanswered and get the ball back now. Nicolet Bank offers personal banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Edgar, Medford, and Merrill. Learn more at nicoletbank.com. nicoletbank.com. I'm Chris Conley. Blake Bankston's in the slot. Reese Stoll is the running back behind George, the quarterback, on 1st and 10. Bankston across the formation, pitch to him. He's gotten the corner every time the Evergreens have run this jet sweep. Forward for 10 and a 1st down. SPASH does not have that jet sweep play figured out defensively yet. Going to put him out of bounds. This will depend on the spot, on whether it's a full 10 yards. They're saying, yes, move the chains. At halftime here at Gerke Field, as we've mentioned earlier, it's Teacher Appreciation Night. And along our Zaleski Sports Channel, Hard Knocks. We've been following Edgar's football team. From the 43, Logan George is repositioning his running back, and it didn't make any difference. A handoff goes back for a yard. Reese Stoll, -1. The Evergreens have gotten the bulk of their yardage through the air, just like they did last week against Marshfield. Second and 11. Xavier Edwards and Cohen Preby are the two receivers up high. McDonald has the wide side of the field. It's twins to either side. Design rollout. Quarterback gets a block, throws to one-on-one coverage. It's underthrown. There should be a flag there, and there's not. The defensive back made contact with the Everest receiver, not up high, but down low. They're going to say it's incidental, and it's incomplete. Sometimes you don't get that call on an underthrown ball. But there was no chance of the Everest receiver coming back for that because of the contact down below the waist. 3rd and 11. Logan George brings the play in himself. He consults the wristband in the huddle as the Evergreens come up to the line of scrimmage. Trips to the wide near side of the field. Design rollout in that direction. There's backside pursuit, and it's a sack. The pursuit broke down. Not sure how I feel about that second player piling on there, and the official talks to him but does not throw the flag. Brent Stadifer was the second man on, the quarterback, and the white hat came up and talked to him, but no penalty. The sack brings up 4th down, and for the first time today, the Evergreens will be punting. Under 5 minutes to play until halftime. SPASH figures to get the ball in good field position with a 4-point lead. Cohen Preby to punt on what is 4th and 21. Preby designed rollout kick, got a lot of air under this. Called as a fair catch. Wow, that was too soft for a fair catch. SPASH is starting back at the 22-yard line. It's a 48-yard kick. Booming punt for the high school game. First and 10, Stevens Point. Yeah, the return man, I know that sometimes it's tricky to decide. Fair catch or try and return. A lot of room there to move that ball forward. So SPASH has left a couple of yards on the field as their offense comes out. Grant Chandana back to work. Fakes the throw. Smola up the middle. Couple of yards. 2nd and 8 coming up. Not sure if the Evergreens will get the ball back here in the first half. Evergreens will get the ball to start the third quarter. Again, I think what SPASH would love is a long drive and some points. And leave Everest with very little time here in the first half. Smola carries again. Got a hole. Yeah, when he gets ahead of steam, he's hard to stop. It's a gain of 11 and a first down. Chains move out to the 36-yard line. Again, SPASH hasn't done anything with the ball since their first 2 possessions. Quick snap here. Snap is low. Smola again. This time he's met in the backfield. -1 or -2. That's Brennan Peterson. Brought Smola down all by himself. That's a nice defensive play. SPASH looks like they're mindful of how much time is on the play clock and how much time is on the game clock here. And now a timeout called by Stevens Point. That's going to be their last. 3:03 to play in the first half. 2nd and 12 when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
Shuda Funeral Home in Stevens Point and Plover is your local, family-owned and operated funeral home providing families with compassionate, individualized, and affordable services when you need it most. The loss of a loved one is a difficult fact of life that Shuda Funeral Home will ensure you won't have to face alone. Shuda Funeral Home will guide you through the process from in-person visitations to creating obituaries and tributes. Pre-planning can also be a great way to ease these topics for your family. Learn more at shudafuneral.com or bring your questions and stop in.
Out of the timeout, SPASH is ready to go. Smola was stopped for a loss of 2 on his last carry, so 2nd and 12. Got a man in motion across this formation. Chandana goes in the opposite direction, breaks the first tackle, and moves the ball out to the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and manageable. This is going to be 3rd and 8 coming up. Evergreens would have a chance to get the ball back with 2 timeouts. See what happens here. First, Spashman, they called the running play, so the clock continues to move. And the Evergreens would rather spend their timeouts on offense if they can get a stop here. Will Everest get the ball back late here in the first half? This play will tell us. Twins up high, 1 down low for Chandana. Straight drop, pressure coming, picked up, throws to one-on-one coverage. It's incomplete. That's out of bounds. They're going to say that's a catch? Oh, my goodness, they're saying that's a catch. Boy, that catch looked like it was out of bounds. The side judge is so much closer than we are, and he says catch. So it is, to the 40-yard line. SPASH is set up, and they've got another play called. Everest can't substitute defensively. Schmola gets the corner. He's got another 9 yards. 2nd and 1. Yeah, SPASH is going to be near the envelope of the end zone as the half comes to an end. Absolute circus catch right in front of the Everest bench. Of course, the Evergreens think it's out of bounds. Zebra says otherwise. 2nd and 2. Man across the formation, Chandonat to throw. Wants the one-on-one coverage. Receiver's got a step. Overthrows Armand Konopaki. Yeah, that's the matchup that SPASH wanted. Needed a better throw there. Carson Kempf is the Everest defensive back who's in one-on-one coverage. Clock stops. 89 ticks till the first half. 3rd and 2. If SPASH fails on this 3rd down, they'd go on 4th. So this play is kind of a house money play. Chandonat handoff. Smola got a man dragging forward. He's got the first down. He's across the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Hard to bring down. Brennan Peterson had him down low. Couldn't wrap him up. Yeah, this is potentially a big possession. If SPASH scores points, they go back up by two scores. I would love where they are at halftime. Evergreen's defense trying to keep this a one-score game and get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. Yeah, this drive is going to shape how the second half looks. Chandonat on 1st and 10, throws over the middle, too high and incomplete, and they're throwing a flag. Penalty marker is out on Blake Postler. On the big screen here, we're going to get a peek at the replay in a moment. 15-yard penalty will bring the ball down to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10. Everest defense got off to a lousy start, but has played much better, trying to keep SPASH out of the end zone here. No timeouts for SPASH, and Chandonat looked over with a little bit of confusion towards the sideline. It's the Evergreens who are going to take a timeout. You know what? This benefits Stevens Point. Chandonat wasn't sure what the play was going to be. Evergreens are taking a timeout on defense, and we'll be back in just a moment. 1st and 10, SPASH is driving with a 14-10 lead on Zaleski Sports.
If you're looking for delicious, you've found it at Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. This family-oriented 50s-themed cafe is open 7 to 3 daily with a great diverse menu of American and Mexican breakfast and lunch options. Enjoy dine-in or carry-out 7 days a week and always served quickly, fresh, with a smile. For the full menu and more about this local Stevens Point gem on Stanley Street, visit rockandroll.cafe. And now open on Saturday nights. Try the new Rock and Roll Cafe Bar and Grill on Church Street.
Late first half. In this part of the field, the time doesn't really matter for SPASH. 54 seconds is an eternity. SPASH can run the ball, too, and hustle up to the line of scrimmage, even though they have no timeouts. This was a defensive timeout for DC Everest. They have one left. Trips to the far wide side of the field. Chandonat straight back, throws underneath. Smola's got it and pulled down from behind. He's inside the 10-yard line. This is going to be a horse collar. I think this penalty is going against the Everest defense. Nope. The back judge indicates a hold against Stevens Point. I thought they may not have liked the tackle over there. Now this is a red zone penalty on the offense. Can't have that. holding Stevens Point. From the spot of the foul, we'll move the ball back to the 20-yard line. Going to replay first down from there, just outside the 20. So in the red zone, now just out of the red zone. Clock is moving, 44, 43, 42. Man across the formation. Chandana straight back. Good protection. Throws to one-on-one coverage. Hand fighting, too tall. No flag. Looking for Kyle Madlina. Again, got that one-on-one coverage in the Everest defensive secondary. Man on the island was Josh Deans. Clock stops on the incompletion with 35 seconds to go in half number 1. First down awaits Stevens Point if they can get the ball inside the 5-yard line. Chandana again, good protection. Now a late rush, and down he goes, a sack. SPASH cannot stop the clock, and that sack may have pushed them back out of field goal range, back to the 31-yard line. Clock continues to run. 22-21, it's third down. You can't really spike the ball here. SPASH has got to be in go mode. The snap's going to come with 15 seconds left in the half. On third and forever, pass over the middle is caught, brought down to the 5-yard line. But you know what? Time is going to run out on Stevens Point. SPASH is not going to have enough time to get up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to spike this ball here with 6 seconds left. Clock is going to start immediately. Wow, the clock should be starting here. 5, 4. SPASH is going to have time to spike it. No, they're going to run one more play to the goal line. He's kept out. SPASH is not going to get points. Armand Konopacki got the ball and was stood up short of the goal line. So the Evergreens get a key defensive stand right at the 1-yard line to bring the half to a close. Let's see if that comes back to spite SPASH. They could have spiked the football and taken a late field goal. Boy, I mean, once the ball is spotted for play, the clock is supposed to run. The final 6 seconds probably should have melted away. Instead, we have reached halftime. 14-10 Stevens Point. Everest gets the ball to start the third quarter. So this one will hang in the balance in the second half. Hard Knocks is next at halftime on Zaleski Sports.
Yeah, you know, my memories go back a long ways. You know, my oldest brother was on the 1979 state championship team, so I remember going to those games way back, and boy, the tradition started way back then. And Jerry Soons was my coach. You know, he's been around since the late 70s and still there, and, you know, a great guy. He teaches more than football, right? You know, I had him as a teacher in school. He teaches life lessons, he teaches, you know, school, and, you know, football is just secondary, right? It's all about life first, you know, and he's a teacher of everything, which is great to have.
Edgar Football Hard Knocks is brought to you by Security Health Plan. Security Health Plan. Promises kept, plain and simple. Visit securityhealth.org to learn more.
Be smart, play smart, become disciplined, do your job, nothing goofy, just have fun tonight, right? You're going to have a nice crowd here. We talked about alumni, we got the goals on, let's represent, okay? Hey, also, we haven't scored on defense this year. Today would be a pretty nice day to score on defense. Okay, here we go. Let's have a day. Here we go. Let's go, let's go. Call it out, let's go.
Well, good evening and welcome to another high school football Friday night. We are in Edgar for this matchup between the Edgar Wildcats and the Rosholt Hornets, a crossover game from the Merowith Conference and the CWC, and it is on paper a mismatch here tonight. Edgar coming in with a record of 2-1, and they have outscored their opponents 96-14. Meanwhile, Rosholt coming in with a record of 0-3, and they have been outscored 139-0. They have not scored a point in the season so far. Edgar with wins over Pacelli, 50-0 last week, and a 40-6 win over Stratford the previous week. They lost to Ellsworth in the opener in that defensive struggle here at Edgar High School, 8-6. Meanwhile, Rosholt has lost to St. Mary Catholic, 49-0. WIAA Fremont, 50-0, and last week it was Marathon knocking off the Hornets by a score of 40-0.
Hey, us four. Yes, sir. We're everybody. Gum's not anything. Let's go to all conference game. Let's go. Let's go. See you in the battle. Yeah, see you, buddy. It's going to be a good day. Let's go. Slacker! Harry G!
Tackle. Rosholt head coach is Mike O'Donnell. Of course, Jerry Sims, the head man for the Wildcats. Gravine approaches the football, and we're underway. High end over end kick going to be taken at about the 15-yard line, out across the 20, and then knocked down at about the 26.
You're going at 50's right shoulder. Go. Right here, cut. Yeah.
White tape as well.
You actually don't use white tape on that?
It's that security, that final layer.
Yeah, well.
Give me a half bend, flex. Flex.
Hey, we got a guy for Chase?
You're fine. We got you wrapped in a second. Just lower.
G's halfback ball carrier. Tackle by Green Bonnie.
Offset backfield, Strite. They're going to hand it off. And this is Weisenberger trying to get it around the corner. He got dragged down and lost his balance. Got inside. They're going to mark him down at about the 15, so a short pickup of maybe a yard or two. And this time, Strite's going to keep it. Rolls right. He wants to throw. He's got a man wide open. That's Baumgartner. He's going to go. Right under center for the two-point conversion. It's Carter Butt, and he gets knocked down, but he stayed on his feet. Now he pitches the ball back to Strite, and he's going to go around the left side and in.
Let's go! I don't like KB.
Two-point conversion attempt.
Good thinking, KB. Right.
Let's go. Well, let's get fired up.
I think it was that. Because that's three. And Jace did pick me. Yeah, you're fine though. Okay.
Along with Preston Dalkey.
I saw someone come and almost hit Tegan. I didn't know if that was.
Loss of one of the player brings second and 11.
Yeah, hey, if they run that X, right, and you lock on a guy, stay. Okay? But obviously, we got to keep our eyes on that gap.
Dylan leads pass. Intended for Caleb Zitt.
Weisenberger and Butt in the backfield. They're going to pitch it to Weisenberger, try the left side. Good block. Gets Weisenberger around the corner, and he's going to be knocked down near the 10-yard line. Going to be first down and more. Credit that one on a great block for Harrison Gravine. Straight under center by backfield. They give it to Quick up the middle, and that is going to be into the end zone. Chase Applebeck will get the touchdown. 10-yard touchdown run for Chase Applebeck.
Chase, here we go. Start playing ball.
Let's run, Chase.
With a snap from Layton Schuler to the hole by Tegan Stride. Harrison Gravine puts the point after through.
Comes away, it's a line drive. We're going to take a bounce. Butt is going to try to hand it off to Stride. He does. Stride breaks a tackle. He's trying to get the corner. He's got the wall. He's going down the near sideline. One man to beat. He deeks back inside and falls down at the 5-yard line. Lost his balance, lost his cleat and went down. He was trying to cut back because all he had was the punter to beat. They're going to pitch it to Carter Butt. Now he cuts it back. Big hole, puts his head down, and into the end zone he goes. 5-yard touchdown run. Carter Butt adding to his touchdown total on the season. Trips receivers to the right again. They're going to pitch it. The ball's loose. It's on the ground. It's going to be picked up by the Wildcats. And they will have the football at about the 20-yard line. They pitch it outside, trying to get it around the edge. Can he do it? Yes. One man to beat. He got around the edge and into the end zone for the touchdown is Brock Maurer. And the 5th different player has scored for the Wildcats here. Offensive possessions tonight. They want to throw the football again. He's got time. Looking. Now he's flushed again. And now he's going to be hit as he throws. It's picked off. It's going to be a pick 6 into the end zone. Touchdown.
Yes, sir, Sawyer! Yes, sir! Sawyer! The devoted father right here. Yeah, devoted.
Go!
We're taking the dub. Wait, is this on Hard Knocks?
Good job, guys. Good game. Good game, Coach Sims. Good game. Good game.
Coach Sims. Again, don't forget about that alumni gathering down at the end.
Some of the good memories back in the day, and is, you know, you start out. I remember there as a freshman, and my older brother was a senior at the time, and you get into the bull ring, and you didn't know what the bull ring was, but you know they throw you in the middle of it, and you got to try to get out. So there was a grow up really quick and try to figure out, you know, how you're going to deal with, you know, somebody that weighed 80, 90 pounds more than you to try to get out of this ring. It was a little intimidating, but at the same time, that was part of the how do you grow up. It wasn't abusive, but it was, you know what, you got to be tough, and you know, and you understood what toughness meant. How do you cope with, you know, be part of that program? And it was pretty young at that time. This was 1983, so. You know, for me, it was 79, 80 when I got into the program. But you know, as I graduated in '83, it's like you learned a lot over the years, and I just remember seeing the managers at that time. They're just little tykes, and those guys come through the program the same thing. And some of them were the coaches' kids, you know, coming through, and it's like they're learning stuff that as they come up through the program that. They learned more about football than I did coming up because they were with us all the time. So it's fun to see.
I was an assistant football coach under Jerry Sins for 30 years. So there's a lot of memories involved seeing these guys here. A lot of times what I do is I remember somebody will ask, when does a kid graduate, you know, and stuff like that. And I got to remember the football year that they graduated in '84 and stuff like that. But a lot of great memories. I guess one of my memories was I got to coach my son, and we had a pretty good team back in 2009. Won a state championship. You know, Edgar's got 7 state championships, 6 runners-up. Pretty good for a small school. But in 2009, when I was coaching and my son was playing, that was one of the highlights of my career. And that year, we had the running clock 13 out of 14 games, and we outscored our opponents 650 to 21. So it was a pretty fun year with my son playing and everything. But just talking about football in general in Edgar, it's the thing to do. I mean, kids grow up and they look forward to being, you know, an Edgar Wildcat. So, and with Coach Sins having his 49th year, and hopefully next year he makes it to 50 so we can celebrate his 50th. Kids look forward to playing for him, and as long as he's around, he's got things organized, and we'll keep doing well. One of my fond memories is when I was actually the play caller, and we were in a state semifinal game, and we had like 4th and 3 about the 50-yard line, and I called the play and sent it in, and he said, "What did you call?" And I said, "Well, I called the 36 power off tackle." And he looked at me and said, "Well, it better work." You know? And of course, it really did, because our running back went to the hole, but it wasn't open. He bounced it outside for like 20 yards. So, I mean, stuff like that, you know, and just competitive-wise with the coaches and stuff like that.
You know, it's exciting to be a part of a program that has great tradition, playing for a long time, obviously under a head coach like Coach Sins and the dynasty that he's created. My dad played for him when, you know, he was younger in high school.
Back in the 80s.
Back in the 80s.
Back in the 80s.
I played for Coach Sins. Now I get to coach with Coach Sins. It's really just an honor to be a part of a dynasty like we have here, and you know, excited about the season that we have going right now. The message that we deliver to the kids is we have to prepare each week like it's the biggest game of the season, like it's Stratford week, or like it's the state championship game. You have to approach every preparation with that mentality to avoid those slip-ups that you could potentially have when you face any opponent, regardless of their caliber. So I think our kids did a great job this week buying into that mentality of taking advantage of every rep, every practice, and you saw the result, you know, tonight here against Rosholt. The kids played hard, played well, and we're looking forward to next week.
Yeah, I just want to thank Coach Sins for taking over the program and recruiting kids. I mean, he basically built this thing from ground up, because I think after the '76 season, there wasn't a lot of kids out, and they were actually going to think about dropping football in Edgar, which would have really been sad. But I thank him for really making an effort to change the program and hiring other coaches and getting the kids to build in what the heck he was trying to instill in them, making them better men and just all around better kids. As far as memories go, I tell you what, the bus trips to games were I had the most fun with these guys. It was just, I never laughed. So you know, we should have been a little more serious sometimes, but when we were seniors, we had a good time. We had a lot of injuries, but we still had a good time, and we were just a close-knit group, and that's what it's all about sometimes. And you know, for kids out there, the thing I would stress is have goals in life, because that's the most important thing. If you have a goal, try to hit it. Just make a different goal every year, and just try to make yourself better.
One thing about football practice that I remember is, and I don't think they have to do this nowadays, but we had our locker room in the boiler room under the school. And I don't know if that still goes on, but that was pretty bad news back then. Anyway, if you didn't have to be in the boiler room nowadays, you've got a much better situation.
Are you reeling in the years, stowing away the time? Are you gathering up the keys
And that's Hard Knocks. Welcome back to Gorky Field. Our game, DC Everest and SPASH, has turned into a good one. SPASH leads 14-10. SPASH scored touchdowns on their first two possessions, opening drive and then recovering an early onside kick, a 41-yard drive after that. 14-0 before the Evergreens even possessed the football. Evergreen scored on their first possession and then settled for a field goal after getting down to the 7-yard line. So 3 touchdowns in the first half. Serve Pro Jamie Wetzel touchdowns. Call Jamie Wetzel at Serve Pro, the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro, like it never happened. So this first drive of the second half becomes interesting. Everest will get the ball, trailing by 4. Let's not forget how the first half came to an end. SPASH was driving. 6 seconds left, had to call a quick play and got down to the 1-yard line with no timeouts. Aaron Konopacki was stopped at the 1, and SPASH came away with no points. Got as close as you can without scoring. Let's thank our game day sponsors, U.S. Bank, Stevens Point, Franny's Family Restaurant, Lee Ayers Jewelers, Blinds and Designs by Kelly, Arbuckles, Point Insurance, and Premier Auto. Week 5, high school football. Right at the halfway point of the season as this second half gets underway. Mason Dillingham to kick off, and the third quarter begins. Short kick is going to be returnable. Coming up, this is Nieuwendank. Nieuwendank's got a head of speed, breaks a tackle. He's got just the kicker to beat down the sidelines. Big return. He's going to be ushered out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A 65-yard return to open up the half. And the Evergreens will bid to take their first lead of the ball game from the 22. Just had a tough angle down that far sideline. If he had a little more room or was more towards the center of the field, that would have been returned for a touchdown. It is the biggest Everest kickoff or punt return of the season. And they'll start right outside the end zone. The official puts the ball down at the 21-yard line. Here's Logan George for the Evergreens. Single receivers to either side. Man across the formation. Fake. Second man through is Bankston. 4 yards. Bankston they're going to spot between the 16 and 17-yard line. 2nd and 6. Again, the Evergreens' last chance down to the red zone got to the 7. Tried 2 running plays, and they both went backwards for a yard. Back to the 8 and then back to the 9. And the Evergreens settled for a 25-yard field goal. Evergreens hoping that this trip to the red zone, I mean, when you're in the red zone, it's all about scoring touchdowns, right? If it's a field goal, you've settled. Got to throw here. Evergreens are looking for the slant. Improvised, and it's almost intercepted. You could tell that Everest quarterback Logan George was off script. George was looking for that slant to O'Brien across the middle of the field. It wasn't there. And then almost threw an interception. There have been no turnovers in this game so far. Third down from the 17. Everest needs to get it just inside the 12. Twins to either side. It's a designed rollout. No, misdirection. Bankston is short. And here comes a decision for Everest. They move the ball down to the 14-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 2. Let's see what the Evergreens decide to do here. Gabe Golbach could get this field goal easily, but the Evergreens would still be trailing by 1. Everest looks like they'll keep the offense on the field. They will go on 4th down. And from where this is spotted, this is not quite 4th and 2. This is more like 4th and 3. And look at that. The Evergreens put Oscar Latondras in the backfield. Big Oscar in the backfield. Got a pass here. Throwing to the near side. No one's there. Incomplete. That was a weird-looking play. So the Evergreens get to the red zone and get nothing. Again, Evergreen's passed up a field goal that would have made this a one-point game. That's why the coaches get the big money. I think I would have wanted the points in that spot. But again, hindsight's 20/20, isn't it? SPASH takes over on the 14. Handoff, Smola, tackled for a gain of just 2. Evergreens have done a better job containing Smola as the game has gone on. Wood Street Rentals says no matter what the job, big or small, look to Wood Street Rentals. Get the equipment you need and get the job done. A wide range of equipment needs, delivery to any job site, look to Wood Street Rentals, Stevens Point, for all of your equipment needs. Evergreens have won all 4 of their games so far this season, but this is a tough opponent. Chandonat throws to the back, out of the backfield. The blocking is not all that good. Running backs pushed out of bounds. Gain of only 2. Smola on the reception. It's 3rd and 4. So after the Everest offense stalls out in the red zone, the defense is trying to get a 3 and out here. Trips up high for Stevens Point. Pass behind the receiver and incomplete. There's going to be a late hit on the quarterback there. This is going to be a first down via penalty. They are flagging Vinny Tesh. Now, those with good memories remember back in the second quarter, it looked like there was a late hit on the Everest quarterback. The official spoke to the player and kept the flag in his pocket. Not so this time. Going to walk off 15 yards. I guess what you would like is the situation to be called both ways. I thought both of them should have been penalties for what it's worth. So the Evergreens were going to get a defensive stop. It's a penalty that picks up the first down for Stevens Point. Single receivers to either side. It's a low snap. Throw behind the receiver, incomplete. Chandonat was kind of panicked when the pass was low and then threw well behind Kyle Madlina. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com and find an agent near you. That's mutualofwausau.com. Handoff between the tackles, nothing there. Maybe a yard for Braylon Smola. 2nd and 3rd and 9. Felt's Dairy Store in Stevens Point is our favorite place for cheeses, ice cream, meat, and more, all grown right here in central Wisconsin. That's Felt's Dairy Store. Food, family, and fun. Another chance for the Everest defense to get a stop. It was 14-10 at halftime. It's 14-10 now. Chandonat from the pistol. Straight drop. Got some pressure. He's going to run, and he's stopped short of the first down. He's short by just a yard or 2. Very close. Yeah, he needed to get across the 40, and the ball will be spotted at the 39. Stevens Point's going to be tempted here. Oh, they're going to be tempted to go for it. They're keeping their offense on the field. Everest cannot substitute. Handoff, Smola. He's got it. Second effort gets him across the 40. No doubt about it. Gets a yard and a half. SPASH converts on 4th down. Not sure that Everest had the defensive package they wanted there. SPASH comes up to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. Chandonat, some pressure, down in the backfield. That's a sack. Loss of 4 yards. Vinny Tesh, flagged for the late hit earlier, gets to the quarterback this time. 2nd and 14. SPASH so far on this drive has converted on 3rd down via a penalty and on 4th and very short. Get the ball out to the 43-yard line. 2 receivers up high. 2nd down, they need to get across midfield and down to the 44 in Everest territory. Play action, throw underneath, high and incomplete. You know what? Chandonah's been cold now. His last couple of passes have been inaccurate. Was looking for Ethan Ellinger, his tight end. Everest trying to keep this a one-score game. 3rd and 14. Again, SPASH is signaling the play in, and there looks to be some confusion along the offense. I think SPASH is going to take a timeout here. Nope. Got it signaled in right at the last moment. They're going to get a delay of game if they don't get this ball snapped. They just beat the 5-second count. Chandonah rolling out, throws underneath into traffic. It's caught, but it's short. 4th and 3. SPASH has gone in these situations before. I think they're going again. The ball's at the 47. They need the 44. Yeah, the offense stays out for Stevens Point. A receiver in the slot and 2 more to the near side of the field. On 4th down. Big play. Design rollout. Tesh got some pressure. Chandonah's got to rush this throw. It's tipped and incomplete. The Evergreens get a stop. Everest will take over at the 47-yard line. Chandonah threw into a lot of traffic. He's missed 4 of his last 5 passes. We're sponsored by Maha Water. We all depend on our water, so let Maha Water Corporation ensure that you and your family are in the right hands for clean water. Online, Maha Water, M-A-H-E-R, water.com. I spy with my broadcaster's eye that Wausau West is demolishing Marshfield. It's 35-0. They're in the 3rd quarter there. So West is going to stay undefeated. One of these teams will get a first loss in conference. From the pistol on 1st down, play action, slant, caught. Cole O'Brien breaks a tackle and lunges forward. He's got 7 on 1st down. Evergreens get across midfield and down to the 46. Everest, a team that has been turnover prone this season, has not turned the ball over tonight. Everest defense, which looked very sour in the first 2 series of the first quarter, has answered the bell since then. 2nd down. Man across, pitch to Bankston on the jet sweep. He's got Soul as a blocker. SPASH got that and tackles for a loss. That's the first time all night that SPASH has diagnosed the jet sweep the right way. It's a loss of a yard, 3rd and 4. Can't blame the Evergreens for going back to a play that's worked, but that time it didn't. Just under 5 minutes to go in a scoreless 3rd quarter. Evergreens tonight, and for the entire season actually, have been good on 3rd down. This is 3rd and manageable. Straight drop. Some pressure coming. Quarterback stays in, throws over the middle. It's intercepted. There's the turnover that the Evergreens have avoided so far. SPASH brings the ball out to near midfield. Threw into traffic. Threw over the middle into traffic. SPASH takes over. Yeah, SPASH has been on the wrong side of the Everest rather has been on the wrong side of the turnovers all season. Back out comes the defense. Well, come on, boys, take it right back, right? First down, Chandana. Handoff. Smola tries to get the edge. He's strung out. A gain of 2 yards. Dylan Neuendank makes the stop. 2nd and 8. Ball was on the 49 on the other side of the 50. Now moves to the 49 on this side of the 50. Express Employment Professionals has relationships with all the businesses and job openings. Call or stop in Express Employment. Find the right career path for you. Handoff. Schmola again. Finds a little room between the tackles. He's short of the first down by about 1.5 yards. Down to the 43. SPASH has another play called, and they're right up to the line of scrimmage again. They would go on 4th down if they fail here on 3rd. Evergreens get a late player off. Schmola again, handoff. He's met in the backfield and goes backwards for 1 yard. Is that ball loose? Is that a fumble? They're going to say down by contact. A break for Stevens Point. Side judge points to the ground immediately, says down by contact. 4th and 3. Schmola went back 1 yard there. SPASH is going on 4th down. They were stopped on their last 4th down try. SPASH needs to get to the 41. Just one receiver here. Put that receiver in motion. Snap is low. Chandana looks to throw over the middle. It's caught. And there's no one there in the center of the field. SPASH dials up the right play on 4th down, and they're in the end zone. Ethan Ellinger. SPASH rolls the dice on 4th down and scores. 43-yard touchdown pass. SPASH is back up by 2 scores. Ethan Ellinger. And the points came off a turnover. There's a penalty marker down here. This may be for some kind of a celebration. This may be unsportsmanlike. Let's see what we've got here. Hold on for a moment. The referee is going to come over to the side judge who threw the flag. You know what? In high school, this touchdown comes off the board if that penalty holds up. I mean, and the flag's been thrown. It's hard to pick that flag up. The official saw that high stepping to the end zone, and you're not allowed to do that. And just from the reaction from the SPASH bench, this touchdown's coming off the board. And you know what? Our official is looking up at the big jumbotron and is now huddling up with another official. I don't know how you can pick up the flag in that spot. The official saw something he didn't like and threw his flag. And they pick the flag up. Are you kidding me? That's not right. If the official saw nothing, his flag would not be on the field. Instead, the touchdown stands. Again, the official threw his flag. So the official can't convince other members of his officiating crew to go along with the call that he made. Wow. Here's the snap. Extra point is good. Our new score is 21-10. Evergreens will get the ball back. We're late 3rd quarter when we come right back.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at madeacustom.com.
At Nicolet Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolet Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolet Bank. Real people, real conversations.
All right, it's the second time in the ballgame that the Evergreens are down by 2 scores. It's 21-10. And despite the phantom flag being picked up, give SPASH credit. On 4th and 3, they had the right play called up. Got Ethan Ellinger. He sure did high step into the end zone. SPASH will kick this out of bounds. The Evergreens are going to start at the 35-yard line. Evergreens had a big return to start the third quarter. Got to the red zone, couldn't score. Everest has not been able to finish drives, and that's 7 points off an Everest turnover. To review, in high school football, unsportsmanlike on a touchdown takes away the score. You go back to the 15-yard line. So that's a big call that wasn't. Again, doesn't take away that SPASH did all the right things. Went for it on 4th down, rolled the dice. Thought that there wouldn't be anyone in the middle of the field, and they were right. Everest needs an answer from the 35 on 1st down. George is going to run, and there's a lot of room along the sidelines. 50, 40, still going, lowers his shoulder, and gets inside the 35-yard line. 15 more yards on the late hit out of bounds. George was out of bounds and was brought down to the turf, so we're going to add even more distance onto the big run. That's Everest's biggest offensive play of the game. Going to mark him out at the 20. And I think we're going to go half the distance from there. Call was somewhat obvious. Let's see, they're going to mark George out of bounds back at the 31. 15 yards from there will put the ball down at the 16-yard line. So the Evergreens looking for a quick answer after SPASH hits pay dirt on 4th and 3. Evergreens 1st and 10 from the 16. Evergreen send Bangston and Preby as the 2 receivers up high. And that's Pearson McDonald, the receiver down low to the wide side of the field. Across the formation, fake the pitch, pressure coming. Quarterback gets the edge again, diving towards the end zone. He's in! Touchdown, Evergreens! Everest with a quick answer. Logan George scores from 16 yards out. Logan George on both of the long runs on that drive lowered his head both times. Evergreens will try the extra point. Gabe Goldbach coming on. So SPASH's 2-score lead lasted for just 20 seconds of game time. Snap is high. It's down and it's blocked. So SPASH leads by 5, 21-16. 6 points instead of 7 for Everest. We'll be back after this break on Zaleski Sports.
Rocky Rococo.
My pizza.
Pizza, hands down pizza.
I love it.
Cheese sauce, toppings and spices.
You'll love it too.
Rocky Rococo. Whole pie or slices. Hot, thick, chewy, crunchy, saucy. Rocky Rococo. Pizza. Rocky Rococo.
Welcome back. So both teams have scored touchdowns on their last possessions. This is a game that looks like it'll be decided in the fourth quarter. Goal box kick is to the end zone. SPASH to start at the 20. Shuta Funeral Home is your local family-owned and operated funeral home committed to serving families with compassionate, individualized, and affordable funerals in Stevens Point and Plover. Let their caring staff be a source of strength in your time of need. Rock and Roll Cafe sponsors this good one. Treat the whole family to breakfast or lunch at the Rock and Roll Cafe. Mexican and American dishes cooked to perfection daily on Stanley Street, Stevens Point. Single receivers low, one receiver up high. Throw to the short side. This is caught, dodging a tackle, forward for 8 or 9 yards. Armand Konopaki. 2nd and 1. SPASH looks like they have another play ready to go. Under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Handoff, Smola, first down. Still on his feet. That ball came loose. No, he's got it. He's got it to the 38-yard line. Gain of 7. Carson Kempf on the stop for the Evergreens. So suddenly both of the offenses look like they've come back to life in this game. Quick pass here. This is complete with some blocking. Evergreens rope this down, a gain of just 1 yard. Kyle Madlina. SPASH goes up tempo. 2 receivers high, 1 down low. That's Konopaki, their best on the near side of the field. Handoff again, tripped up between the tackles. Couple of yards. Under a minute to play in the quarter. It's 3rd and 6. Boy, if the Evergreens can get an incomplete pass or only a short gain, SPASH would probably punt in this situation. If they get it closer to midfield and it's 4th and short, SPASH's tendencies say they'll go. Under a minute to play, quarter number 3, 3rd and 6. Snap is low, quarterback to throw. Pass is caught, but short of the first down. Short by about 2 yards. That's Armand Konopaki. Going to spot this as 4th and 2. Under 20 seconds to play in the quarter. SPASH will go for it. They may just let the quarter run out and then run this 4th down play as the first play of the 4th quarter. That is what they're going to do. A 1-score game as the 4th quarter awaits. It's SPASH 21, Everest 16 on Zaleski Sports.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
You want a job? You want a career? Farner Asphalt of Stevens Point is hiring. Farner Asphalt of Stevens Point needs laborers, truck drivers, and equipment operators now. Enjoy year-round benefits by calling Farner Asphalt 800-332-3360 to apply, or go to Farner Asphalt. Farner Asphalt is an equal opportunity employer including disability and veterans.
While we were in break, SPASH announced tonight's 50-50 raffle. Don't tell me there's not a big crowd here. It was $506. I'm Chris Conley. 4th quarter begins with SPASH on 3rd down and 2. Going for it in a 1-score game. Chandana from the pistol, so he's 5 yards back. Motion there, and they're going 5 yards back from there. Schmola, the running back, broke stance and moved forward. 5-yard penalty. And boy, that penalty takes them out of go. SPASH is going to kick. That's a big penalty. So before we even have our first snap of the fourth quarter, the Evergreens are going to get the ball back in a one-score game. Everest has not led tonight. Snap picked up off the turf. Tumbling kick, fielded at the 30, and brought down right away. That's good special teams defense. That's Braylon Nystrom came up and made that stop. Well played. Evergreen start at the 30-yard line, 70 yards of real estate to try and take their first lead of the night. Evergreen scored the last time they had the ball. 2 big runs from Logan George. George down the sideline, and then George into the end zone from 16 yards out. Teammates respond to that. Quarterback carries those runs on his shoulder. Evergreen's playing without Caden Bangstrom, who found out earlier today torn ACL, ends his season. Big stick in the hole after the Evergreens gained 4 yards on first down. That's Reese Stoll doing it the hard way. Not a particularly generous spot. Stoll is spotted for a gain of 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Spectrum Benefit Solutions has offices throughout central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions, your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with businesses of any size to help you attract and retain the best employees. Go to Facebook and find Spectrum Benefit Solutions to get started. Second down, design rollout with the 3 receivers down low. George has the corner. He tucks, runs, takes a big hit, but he's across the 40. He's got a first down. Punishing run, but a gain of 8, and the chains move. "11 minutes left in this one. Again, SPASH got 14 points on the first 2 possessions of the fourth quarter. We were less than 3 minutes into the game. SPASH was up 14-0. Only added 1 score since then. But the Evergreens have not dug themselves out of this hole yet. From the 42, 1st and 10. Bankston. Nope, quarterback keeps it. Underneath, complete. There's some room up the sidelines. Big hit out of bounds. Cole O'Brien held onto it. O'Brien's got 5 yards. That's a productive play on first down. In fact, they're going to spot that pass forward for 6 yards. 7. Spot gets better right before our eyes. 2nd and 3. When last seen, Wausau West was up big over Marshfield, so the Warriors are going to go to 3-0 today. The winner of this game will also be 3-0 in Valley Football Association games. Design rollout, handoff against the grain. That's a good play. Stevens Point, good defense there. Stoll, -1. So that Nystrom came up? Yeah, Braylon Nystrom. Senior. Called his name a couple of times. Yeah, Marshfield and West has just gone final. 35-0. Wausau West stays undefeated on the season. SPASH plays the Warriors next week. Everest has a date with Wausau West in Week 9 at Steam Stadium. 3rd down, big play. Quarterback's under center here. Handoff, Bankston. Won the line of scrimmage, 1st down, big gain. 13 yards to the 39, 1st down. Evergreen's bidding for their first lead of the evening, and Everest is now up-tempo, right up to the line of scrimmage. Handoff again. Trying this again, Bankston tries to cut this back. He stood up after a gain of 2 yards. Evergreens need a little more on 1st down there. S.C. Swiderski says an S.C. Swiderski apartment or home is where you want to live, work, and play throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to S.C. Swiderski to make you feel right at home. touchdown would put the Evergreens up by 1. The extra point would make it 2, or a 2-point conversion would make it a 3-point game. But they're not in the end zone yet. That's Reese Stoll now split out to the far side, got a whistle. False start on Everest. Ball's going to move back from the 35 to the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 12. My sense here for Everest is that this is 4-down territory. So the Evergreens have actually a couple of plays to get down to the 28-yard line, which is where the first down awaits. Xavier Edwards is the receiver up high, quiet so far, and trips down low for the Evergreens. Rollout to that trip side. Pressure here. Quarterback gets away. Throws to one-on-one coverage. That's caught. The Everest receiver came back to it, and Pearson McDonald has it at the 5-yard line. Underthrown, McDonald located the ball. There's a penalty, though, and this play is coming back. The Evergreens had an ineligible receiver downfield. A play down to the 5-yard line is going to be wiped out by penalty. The lineman is probably not sure if the quarterback's going to tuck and run and if he's got to become a downfield blocker or not. That's the penalty. That's what caused the flag. We're going to replay 2nd down, but a play that would have gotten the Evergreens down to the 5-yard line is wiped away by a mistake. 2nd and 17. And you know what? That's the right call. 2 receivers up high, 1 receiver down low. Quick drop, play action, throw over the middle is down low. It's incomplete at the feet of Preby. 3rd down. Evergreens are back to the 45-yard line. And boy, on that play that looked good for a moment, they were down at the 5. Could the Evergreens get enough on 3rd down to decide to go for it on 4th? That's what we're about to find out on this play. The Evergreens and the team DNA have picked up a lot of 3rd and longs over the course of the season, but SPASH is a better team, tougher defense. Design rollout, blitz. It's well picked up, thrown, caught. And that's going to be very close to the first down. McDonald, I think, is going to be spotted a little bit short. This depends on the spot. He's right at the sticks. Complete to Pearson McDonald, and where they have him, they're going to have him a yard short. Needed the 28. He's at the 29. The Evergreens are going for it here. Evergreens bring in an extra lineman. This is the biggest 1 yard of the night so far. Everest student section makes noise across the way. The SPASH home crowd rises to their feet to cheer the defense on. 7.5 to play in the ball game. 4th and 1. The Evergreens go from the 29, needing the 28. Everybody's in close. Handoff. Oscar Latondras forward for a first down. Latondras, the lineman, comes in. He got this, no doubt about it. Maybe they'll unpile and take a measurement. Boy, I thought Latondras was further down than that. Where that ball is spotted, that's a 50-50. They're going to have a measurement here. That is a stingy spot, and the chains will come out to see if the Evergreens have it, and if they do, they're going to have it by a by the nose of the football, maybe. Chains come all the way across from the far sideline. Boy, I thought just visually Oscar Latondras had it, no doubt. Let's see this. Does the ball go over to Stevens Point, or does the Everest drive continue? It is short by inches. The ball goes over to SPASH. Wow. Staub Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction's been partnering with public and private customers since 1984. They have their own service and fabrication department to assist with any municipal or industrial situation. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. Boy, by inches, the SPASH defense holds. Bottom line here, if SPASH scores on this possession, they're going to win tonight. Everest defense needs to come up with another stop on 1st and 10. Chandana fakes the throw, and up the middle, this is a gain of 13 yards and a first down for Braylon Smola. They spot him for 16 out to the 45. Good, entertaining game. Penalties and then coming up short on 4th and 1. From the pistol again, 2 receivers to the far wide side of the field and 1 receiver to the smaller narrow side. Smola on the ground, cut back, gains only a yard. Jaden Zoish came up for the Evergreens, 2nd and 9. SPASH is going to be run-oriented at this stage of the game. They want to take some time off the clock, make the Evergreens have to work for it should they get the ball back. Bottom line is the Evergreens possessed the ball in a 1-score game. Had a pass completed down to the 5-yard line, wiped out by a penalty. Went on 4th down and stopped short. 2nd and 9. Chandana gets the snap. He's going to keep his own number. Wants to stay in bounds here. He is in bounds. The clock continues to run. Gains only 3 yards. 3rd and 6. Here's a big defensive play for Everest. Can they get the ball back for their offense? I mean, Everest may only possess the ball once, maybe twice more in this ball game. We're under 6 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. SPASH has to get across midfield and down to the 45. It's 3rd and 6. Again, if you throw and it's incomplete, you stop the clock. That helps Everest. 3rd down. 3 receivers, 2 high, 1 low. Chandana from the pistol, loaded up here. Long count. That ball was snapped, but there's a timeout first. SPASH takes a timeout. Boy, if that timeout's not awarded there, that's a disaster. 5:08 left in the game. 3rd and 6 for Stevens Point when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
Hello, Wisconsin. Phelps Dairy Store in Stevens Point is your spot for family fun. Wisconsin style at the farm. Come have an ice cream or some of their daily made fresh cheese curds while observing the robotic barn milking the cows. Ask for a tour of the farm or let the kids see the cows up close. Various Wisconsin-made dairy and beef products, seasonal decor, and outdoor activities are just the start of the family fun that awaits you at the Phelps Dairy Store, just a half mile from Walmart in Stevens Point. Phelps Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
And we're back. Game situation is 3rd and 6. SPASH leads 21-16. If they pick up this first down, more importantly, they'll be able to melt a lot of time off the clock. Can the Everest defense come up big in this spot? From the pistol, man across the formation. Quarterback to throw underneath. It is caught, and it's right at the first down marker. It's a first down for Stevens Point. Right where they needed to be. Receiver knew where the sticks were, and the ball was delivered on time to Kyle Madlina. They're looking across the way, and they're late in indicating, but it is a first down. Now under 5 minutes to play in the game. SPASH is going to hand this ball off. Evergreen's making a late defensive substitution, but SPASH is not ready to snap the ball. Xavier Edwards gets off the field in plenty of time. Yeah, points here, and it's lights out. SPASH going to win tonight. Everest desperate to get the ball back. Chandana designed rollout. No, it's a handoff. Misdirection. Evergreen stayed home. Goes back for 2 yards. Smola -2. Again, the challenge here is that even though you got a negative play, that's good for the Everest defense. Everest has all 3 of their timeouts, but the clock is running. It's going to be under 4 minutes before Stevens Point snaps the ball here. So the clock will soon be wearing the black, white, and red of the Panthers, if not already. We're sponsored by Home Furniture. Turn your house into a home. Shop at Home Furniture. Find many top brands, beds, sectionals, recliners, sofas, and so much more. It's a family-owned discount store. Shop Home Furniture, Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, Post Road, Plover. Handoff. It is Chandana who keeps it himself. Gets back the loss and then some. It's a gain of 7 to the 40. Tanner Fowler is injured. We're going to have an injury stoppage here. Fowler, who's been one of the Evergreen's best defensive players, is limping off under his own power. Once he gets to the sideline, the clock will roll. 3rd and 4. SPASH probably goes for it on 4th down here. I don't think you want to give the Evergreens the ball back. What the Evergreens really need is a negative play defensively. And SPASH is going to huddle up. They're taking their time. Not a full huddle. 3 minutes to go in the game. 3rd down. Chandana gets the snap, keeps it himself. He's roped down. Second effort is going to get him close, but not to the 1st down. 4th and 1 coming up. Maybe 1.5 yards from where it's spotted. Jaden Zoich makes the stop. The Evergreens are taking a timeout here. 4th down and 1.5 yards. SPASH got a defensive stop on 4th down by inches. The Evergreens are hoping to do the same here. You remember what happened on SPASH's last time they went on 4th down? Scored a touchdown. Got them to 21 for the game. Big moment in this ball game. On this Everest defensive timeout, again, SPASH gets to bring everyone over to the sidelines, get exactly the play they want. I would think that SPASH keeps the ball on the ground here. They'll roll with Chandana, their quarterback, or Smola, their stud running back. This is the biggest play of the game for the Everest defense. SPASH needs to get the ball across the 41-yard line. Yeah, if SPASH picks up this 1st down, the Evergreens will have to use their timeouts, and SPASH may be able to run out the clock. Ball is marked, ready for play. Chandana from the pistol. Down low, handoff. It's a 1st down. Just feels like a winning moment right there for Stevens Point. Smola gets 4 yards on 4th down. Cut back, found that hole. Clock continues to run. 2.5 left. Evergreens now are really playing for a turnover. On 1st down, SPASH can bring this right down to 2 minutes before they snap the ball. Handoff, Smola dancing in the hole. Forward, he's into the secondary. Brought down by Blake Postler. 12 yards down to the 20-yard line. Tomorrow, this broadcast crew will be over at Walsall Newman, 8-man football. 1 o'clock start against Port Edwards. Hope you'll join us for that. This has been a good game. Evergreens could not recover from the early hole they found themselves in, 14-0. 14-10 at halftime. Evergreens got into the red zone, couldn't score. Evergreens down in the fourth quarter, stopped on fourth down. Here's a handoff, stopped in the backfield, down to the 20-yard line. Got back to the line of scrimmage. Schmola. Evergreens are taking their second timeout. Only 1:14 left, so it's getting late here. Find your new career with Farmer Asphalt. Now hiring laborers, truck drivers, equipment operators. Year-round benefits, must be 18 to apply. Learn more today at farnerasphalt.com. F-A-H-R-N-E-R. F-A-H-R-N-E-R, asphalt.com. Evergreens can stop the clock just one more time tonight. The touchdown that turns out to be the game-winning score for Stevens Point, that is, unless we have a surprise turn of events here, came off an interception, the only turnover of the ball game. Everest quarterback Logan George threw over the middle. It was picked off. SPASH would score on the drive that would follow. It was 21-10. The Evergreens answered with a Logan George 16-yard touchdown run and a missed extra point. Brings us to 21-16 where we are now. At second and 11, that's a pitch. And penalty markers are down. The penalties stop the clock. This is going to be a hold. Kyle Madlina's run is going backwards. I'm not sure I like the pitch in that situation. All kinds of things can happen there. Don't want to put the ball on the ground by any means. I think you're going right up the middle. Both hands around the Duke. It's going to move the ball back to the 30-yard line. Going to replay second down. This has been a fun game. I think SPASH has been just a little better tonight. And the final score is likely to reflect that. I think there's some discussion on whether the Evergreens want to accept or decline this penalty. Penalty is declined because if you accept the penalty, it's second down replayed again. The Evergreens are happy with this at third down and 10. Because the penalty is declined, I believe the clock is going to wind once the ball's marked ready for play. Nope, it's going to start on the snap. So the clock is stopped even after the declined penalty with 1:08 left in the ballgame. And the Evergreens still have one timeout left. There is no way that SPASH throws the ball here. This has got to be a running play to keep the clock moving. They're going to throw to one-on-one coverage in the end zone. And is it caught or dropped? It's caught for a touchdown. Armand Konopaki. They roll the dice and score on a 20-yard touchdown pass. With 1:02 left. That's the exclamation point for Stevens Point. Ziggy is out to try the extra point. Those are the only points of the fourth quarter, making it 28-16 SPASH. Tell you what, I don't think Everest has anything to hang their heads about. Stopped by inches on 4th and 1 by just a few links of the chain on what could have been a drive that would have given Everest the lead. down on the field for post-game coverage. So the two undefeated teams in the Valley Football Association will be SPASH and Wausau West. That's a touchdown by Serve Pro, Jamie Wetzel. Call Jamie Wetzel at Serve Pro, the number one choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro, like it never happened. The door is slammed closed on this one. SPASH winners tonight. Kickoff here goes into the end zone. Evergreens will possess at the 20-yard line for the final 1 minute and 2 seconds. Evergreens will look to bounce back against an easier Wisconsin Rapids team next week, but they'll be back on the road. SPASH and Wausau West next week. Who do you like in that one? Another matchup of undefeated teams in Week 6. Three receivers low, one up high, but the outcome is academic here. George scrambles out of trouble, is caught from behind, down he goes. Evergreens will take their final timeout, I believe. Clock stops with 53 seconds left. Yep, Evergreens will huddle up. Again, I don't think Everest played poorly, but they've turned the ball over once. SPASH didn't. It cost them a touchdown. Evergreens had a pass that went down to the 5-yard line, brought back on a penalty for an ineligible man downfield. It's the right call. Lineman thought that the Everest quarterback Logan George was going to tuck and run, so he became a blocker downfield. But a Pearson McDonald catch called back on that penalty. And then later on the same drive, the Evergreens went for it on 4th and 1, handed it off to Big Oscar Latondras. I thought it was a stingy spot. When he came out and measured, he was short. The ball went over to Stevens Point. The Evergreens will go to 4-1 on the season. SPASH will improve to 4-1. Who knows? Maybe the teams meet again in the playoffs. It's a possibility. 2nd and 16 after the sack. George designed rollout. Pressure's picked up. He's back near his own goal line. Throws to McDonald. That's out of bounds. Held too long. Clock stops on the incompletion. Logan George took a pretty big hit. Late injury. SPASH player Bridger Bolin kind of hopped off the field. Don't like to see that in a meaningless part of the game here. 3rd down, the Evergreens need the 20-yard line. Spread formation here. Snaps low. George throws downfield, got Pearson McDonald in the middle. McDonald had it in the breadbasket and dropped it. Right over the shoulder. So, over the shoulder is sometimes a tricky catch. But Big Mac couldn't hold on to that. Fourth down. Evergreens are going to go for it. We'll speak with Coach Ryan Elgenbecker on the field and a SPASH player. It was a big win for SPASH, overcoming an earlier loss to Mukwonago. They're undefeated in Valley Football Association play. On fourth down, quarterback escapes, still going, fakes the throw, and out of bounds. Logan George thought he was hit, too, after he was out of bounds. Ball is turned over on down. SPASH will take a knee and will celebrate their victory. SPASH up 14-0 on the first two possessions of the game. To all of our Stevens Point fans joining Zaleski Sports tonight, this may be the last time that I see your team this season, so good luck the rest of the way. We'll have the Everest game next week, week 6 of the high school football season, on these Zaleski Sports channels. Chandana from the pistol. He's not in victory formation, but there he is. He'll take a knee, and that's going to do it. SPASH scores twice in the second half. Secures the victory on a late fourth quarter touchdown pass, a 20-yard throw to Armand Konopaki, and the final score is 28-16. I'm Chris Conley. Thank you for joining us for our play-by-play coverage on Zaleski Sports. Up next, the Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your curds at Nasonville Dairy, Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Keflatiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Keflatiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Right here. I'm going to wait for the heads up. Okay. I'm Chris Conley, and we're on the field for post-game coverage. SPASH has defeated DC Everest 28-14. 28-16 is our final here. Coach, you played such a tough schedule so far. That prepared you for this game.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we know that we got a tough team. Our guys battle every day in practice against each other, and it just hardens us. And you know, we just tough it out. You know, we can take punches, we can give punches, and I'm really proud of the physical play we've continued to have through some tough competition.
What's the statement from this game? I mean, obviously you're right in the thick of the discussion for conference honors this year.
I mean, you know, I think the statement is just that we take it one week at a time. You know, this is such a hard conference that every week is so tough. We circle every game. That's why I always say it's always fun to play. Every game's a battle on a Friday night. So I think, you know, our statement is just that, hey, we're a tougher team, and we've grown a lot, and our guys are competing hard.
Talk a little about the game plan of being so aggressive early in the game. You get up 14-0. It's a hole that honestly Everest never dug itself out of.
Yeah, we saw some things that we thought we could take advantage of. You know, and then we thought we could lean on the run game, and they defended us pretty well in the run game. So that didn't all go out that way. We thought if we got a lead, we'd be able to milk it out, but they battled hard as well. So it was a great high school football game for Friday night.
Coach, enjoy the win tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, we're going to spend a moment here with Ethan Ellinger. Ethan, congratulations on the win today. Did the team think they had this all the way?
Yes, we've been preparing all week. We fought through a lot of adversity, and we just knew if we stuck together, communicated, that we get the job done.
The offense was a little up and down. You got off to the 14-0 start, then the points were much harder to come by. Tell us about your touchdown catch.
When I saw the play call, I knew, like, oh, it's going to me, and then I just knew I had to turn on the jets. Got caught a little bit, but got her done.
It was a gutsy call on 4th down, but the bottom line is there was no one in the field. Once you got that ball, again, it was a race to the end zone.
Yep.
Congratulations on the win. Good luck next week against Wausau West.
Thank you.
That wraps up our game coverage here. SPASH winners at Gerke Field. They stay undefeated in conference play at 3-0. The final score is 28-16. I'm Chris Conley. Thanks for joining us on Zaleski Sports. You know how to do the highlights?
The highlights?
Your name and then I'm in the house because it's the highlight house.
All right.
Look up there, they'll give you the highlight.
I'm Ethan Ellinger, and I'm in the house.
Thanks a lot. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Take care.